Hey everyone, Mary Pat here, and today I'm bringing you a brand new card using my Coordinations cardstock and some Simon Says stamp Thanksgiving stamps. So I'm going to be using two types of cardstock. The first here is the Tim Holtz Shattered collection with that yummy craft back and core, and the next is going to be my chocolate box, and this is cherry cordial, and you can see that gorgeous red on the back. That's going to be the inner core of that. So I'm starting off and I'm making my base, and it's going to be 4¼ by 5½. And so I'm making the base, and then I have already cut out using my silhouette the next layer, which is 4 by 5¼ and I used one of my silhouette images of a stamp or a digicut of a beautiful fall leaf. And so you can see it's going to go right on top to add some dimension. And now what I want to do is I want to expose that awesome red core that's in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm using my score board and using the bone file. I'm going to go to the 1/8 of an inch line, and I'm going to score all around there at an 1/8 of an inch, all 4 sides. So, and if you have this type of board, it's the little like turquoise line. And I just go down, and this is one of my favorite techniques to make something just really pop with the coordinations. And it's a super easy technique, and it really can just take something like this project that is very clean and simple and just add a great punch to it. So it is a wonderful technique. I highly recommend that you do that. So now you can see that all 4 sides are scored, and it looks great just right then. Like I really like the way it looks there. But when you use the sanded gadget, and I'm going to use the smaller side, and you can see I'm just kind of flicking, I'm not pushing really hard, I'm just lightly going over that scoring line, and just like a magician, that beautiful, beautiful cherry red starts popping out and coming through, and it looks amazing. So I'm taking my Dust Buddy just to get all the little sandings up and going around there, and then cleaning up my work surface, and there you can see that beautiful, beautiful core coming out. Now I want all 4 sides of that. I want the around the edges that beautiful red to come out. So I'm just kind of lightly going across and getting that, and just cleaning it up once again. And that looks great. Now what I want to do is I want to use that negative space, and I want to back it with this incredibly gorgeous Tim Holtz collection of the Shattered. And that just, when I see this, the Shattered collection, it just, when it goes so well with this. So I'm just cutting a square out and backing that, and so this yummy, yummy Shattered look with the core, craft core, just comes right through, and it looks amazing. Now I wanted to kind of bring out a couple of the extra lines that are right there in the center, so I'm just kind of taking my sanded gadget and just kind of going around the edges a little bit against the chocolate, and then into the leaf itself, and just kind of sand it just a bit more, and that looks perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to have a sentiment at the bottom, and I'm going to actually use the flip side of the chocolate box. And the flip side of this is a very smooth cardstock, versus the chocolate side has the textured look. So I'm going to take my stamp that says Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm lining that up, and then I'm taking my Hero Arts dye ink, and I am going to stamp my sentiment at the bottom. And on the smooth side, it stamps beautifully. And so the red side is going to coordinate with the side that's in there, with the scoring and everything. So I think that's going to be great. So I just have to cut off now that little bit, and it's about 3/4 of an inch wide. And so I'm going to attach that right towards the bottom, not at the very bottom, but I just want a little bit left. Now, so that this blends in, I want to go back after I've attached it, and I want to go back and I want to score again where that line is, just so that it looks obvious that it's there. The scoring is there. It just doesn't look like it's just glued on top, that it's actually part of that. And you can see how great then that scoring looks, and it just looks like it had always been there. And so I have that on both sides, and I really like how that looks. Now, I do want to add just a little bit. It's a very clean and simple card, but I do like just a little something something to go on there. So I thought I'm going to put 2 little tiny staples using my Tim Holtz mini attacher. And then I've got these little hearts, and I'm going to go with the smallest and the second smallest. And I'm just going to attach those right onto the end, and just give it, they're little enamel dots. And then add the second one there, and just kind of line those up. And I like that. So now what I'm going to do is I've got now my base. Coming back to this was the first thing that we did. And I want to take my sanded gadget once again, and I'm just going to go around and sand that chocolate box and kind of go around. And again, I'm exposing just the outside that has the edges, just so that it blends into then the top layer of the card. And so I'm cleaning that up with my Dust Buddy. And now it's ready. So now I have my top part, and I'm going to go on there so that both of those edges just go together. And now what I want to do is I want to attach this using some foam tape, and this is just going to give it a little bit of lift and a little bit of dimension. So I'm adding that right on top there. And this is one of my favorite things to make a card, where you have the tonal look. And so you can see there it has the dimension, and everything just looks really well. So now I'm just attaching it to my card base, and the card is ready to go. So this is a great card if you want to mass produce it to send to all of your relatives and everything. That looks really nice. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click like if you do. Thanks a lot. Bye.